you fight well. Now you can join us.
Keep cut sequence.
Wake up, check your phone. Ignore the alarm, you're still alone. Wake up, rewind the night. Who are you? But also kind of who am I? Wake up, check your phone. Pre-party for the apocalypse.
Welcome, everyone.
Ooh, that was very nice.
Everyone. Welcome to FINADULTing with Crystal and Lorena.
Hi.
Lorena.
How are you guys? Crystal. Wait. Crystal.
How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. So tell us what we're talking about today.
I don't know. We agreed last episode and then we decided. What?
Wow.
Was it? We were talking about your mom, right? In-law.
Talking about your mom. Well, you want to talk about my mom? I'll talk about your mom.
Your mom-in-law, dude.
What? Let's do this. I'll talk about your
Let's
mom.
do this.
Now.
Let's do
You
this.
talk about mine.
Go get the gun. Go get the gun. Go get it. It's in the back.
It's in
Just
the
playing.
Okay, we're gonna be talking about mother-in-laws from
Hey.
hell.
Wait, though. Why though? Why are we talking about it?
Why not?
No, why is your answer right and not mine? It was just a joke.
Okay, let's do this again. From the top, make it drop. That's the wet. That's the wet. Mother-in-laws from hell.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why are we talking about mother-in-laws from hell? Why? Because I will answer.
I will answer.
If you have a question, why? Because of the last time, our last episode, we were talking, and I mentioned a story about a mother-in-law who knew that the daughter-in-law
Oh, yeah.
was allergic to peanuts, and she wasn't like extremely allergic to peanuts, but she did get like an allergic reaction to having peanuts, and like she was lactose intolerant and all that shit. So she the
mother-in-law gave her a basket.
Yeah,
no?
she made a basket for Easter for the son and the daughter-in-law, and in the daughter-in-law's basket, she proceeded to put a bunch of like Hershey stuff, like milk containing milk, and peanuts, like those little turtles, the chocolate turtles with peanuts, and like everything
Yeah.
contained peanuts and
Everything that she was allergic to.
Yeah, so I thought
basically.
that was fucked up, right? And she was laughing about it, the lady. And I mean, what can you do? You can just laugh about it. After a while, it's like,
Yeah.
You just kind of, So I started to think, I'm like, I know I had my share of moments that were not so laughable at the time, but now that you think
But
about
now-
it, you're like, what the fuck,
Like, yeah, like that shit was crazy.
Mhm. So I decided to do an episode on mother-in-laws and the greatness
cool.
of having a mother-in-law.
Oh God, it's beautiful.
No, I do. Actually,
I'm just playing. Yeah, some are cool.
Actually, I do have a really good mother-in-law, so I'm really grateful for for that. Because I did have a really bad mother-in-law
Before.
So I've dealt with that. So it's like I can be so grateful, and like I can see
For this one, yeah.
I can see the difference, and you're just like, oh, thank God,
Like, yes.
like thank God that I have a good mother-in-law who's respectful, and like she's not butting into anything, and she's just a nice lady, so you can respect that, and you're like,
That's
I
good.
don't know, it just makes you feel really good about your relationship because you know that you don't have that issue,
Yeah.
with the in-laws, or like in-laws in general, like the whole entire family,
Mm-hmm.
like you get along with them, and there's not one person that you're like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Or like,
Imagine.
they each
It's
have
just
their own personality and shit. But I do have some past experiences that are not so like great, and I will share those with you guys. But I got some stories, some mother-in-laws from hell kind of stories, and these stories, like, while I was reading them, I was like, "Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?"
there's
You
I was
know,
reading some too, and I was like, damn.
like seriously,
Ay,
dude,
hay
like
bitches.
yes, and I'm
Y luego que
like,
sean así tan que se metan, like,
deja tu eso, like the fact that they're just so vicious, like they're fucking like they go to that spot that like they find your insecurities and they fucking go there,
yeah. I don't give a
and
fuck.
yeah, they don't give a fuck, dude. So what have you been
That's
up
gonna be cool.
to?
Nothing.
What's
Just
new?
oh yeah. So I quit my job on Thursday. So I had put in PTO for Thursday and Friday and all next week, right? Because I wanted to
Mhm.
use my PTO, obviously, but I originally had planned, like I'm not coming back,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna tell
after that.
anyone. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm just not gonna show up anymore because I got the other job, right? So then,
Mhm.
fuck it. So then my boss calls me. We had a little meeting and she said, "Hey, can I call you right now, Crystal?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So she calls me and then she was like, "Hey, so I saw that you requested some PTO."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "For I guess 2 days this week and the rest of the whole week." And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Can I ask you something and you'll be honest with me?" And I was like,
You're like,
"Yeah."
maybe.
And she's like, "Are you coming back?" And then I was like she's been nice. She's a nice lady, I like her. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, no, I'm not coming back. And she's like, oh, okay then. She's like, oh well, I guess if it were me, I would have done the same thing. We're trying to watch, our backs. She's
Yeah,
especially with like the whole outsourcing thing happening.
yeah.
So she was like, yeah, she was understanding. So yeah, I quit on Friday and Thursday, basically.
Mhm. So you just left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have the computers, but I have to go return them.
Well, I mean, that's what happens. Like that's what people get, Like if you want people to be like go with you, like behaving a certain way, you have to behave a certain way with them. So obviously by them doing that shit to you guys, you
Yeah.
guys, I mean, it's obvious you guys are gonna fucking try to find some place else.
Yeah, and that was cool. See,
Like
my
you
boss
guys
was
are
like,
not
yeah.
gonna have that courtesy with them. You guys are gonna have the same courtesy that they had with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So if they didn't have that that attention with you guys, you guys are not gonna like I understand you guys are not gonna be giving your 40-day notice and shit or like 30-day notice or whatever the fuck, like fuck you. You
Yeah, no.
know? So it's understandable. Well, I'm just happy that you have another job.
I know. Thank you. I was pretty excited too. And you, what's up with you? What happened this week? Did you get the
Nothing.
pics back?
No. I emailed him today. I emailed him because I need to get him so I can set up my tech um appointment
Mm-hmm.
so they can set up everything. So I need that. I need my pictures, but I haven't gotten them.
What?
I haven't gotten them yet. So I'm pretty sure he's he's editing a lot.
Aye, aye.
If I
Shut
gotten him
up.
yet, he has a lot of work.
Aye, aye. You're an idiot, dude.
He has a
No.
lot of work. I mean, I don't blame him as long as it comes out perfect.
I'm sure it looks
These are
perfect the
my
way it is.
business cards. These are my presentation. And then whenever I go in person, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?" This
Yes,
is
can we
not
help
the
you?
lady. Esta no es la de aquí.
Ay,
Ella,
ay.
¿usted es su asistente o quién es?
Ay, ay. Soy el asistente de ella. Ay.
No se parece nada.
That's fucked up, huh?
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my story.
Okay,
Maybe I shouldn't share this, but
go for it.
I'm an open book,
Let's go ahead and open it.
especially. Open me, please.
There you go.
Okay, so basically, I have the best relationship with my mother-in-law, and I'm so grateful for that situation. that I'm like in a very good position right now, where with my in-laws and everything, everybody gets along. But back in the day when I was actually married, right now I'm not, I'm divorced. But when I was married back in when I was 20 something, this happened like, I mean, I had been with this guy since I was 17. So, and then we got divorced when I was 30, but we were separated like when I was 28, 27. So,
Damn, it's a
you
long
know,
time.
um throughout that time since I was from 7, 10 years, I had this mother-in-law. And the guy was, I mean, we were on for 10 years, but it was just like we had our normal problems. But
Hmm.
the mother-in-law, it was just like my mother-in-law was something else. There was a time where, I mean, she was just this lady who was very malicious, like bad in, como, ¿cómo te digo? Te lo voy a decir en español. Como clara, pero sabía lo que estaba diciendo.
Yeah, I get it.
Like there's people who are blunt, but are meaning it like the nicest way possible, but it comes out wrong. And you
Yeah.
can tell.
Yeah, you could
This
tell.
lady, you can tell she was blunt
Really
and she
trying to
was
be
fucking
mean.
trying to be mean.
Yeah.
And she was like ill hearted, like she was just not. And I didn't think it was like that from the beginning. Obviously, they don't show their colors until later. And I'm not saying I was the best fucking person, but I know I tried my best, to help
Hmm.
out. Because, okay, so like there was a time where we were living together and we're living together for like, I shit you not, maybe like a week or two because I couldn't take it.
At the
And I
mom's
was
house
like
or
at the mom's house, yeah. And
uh
I didn't really need to go, but I was just wanting to get out of my house.
yeah.
So I left, and that was like my fucking thought process was like, oh, I just need to get out, and I'm gonna go, stay there until we get an apartment. So I stayed there, and I mean, it was a situation where I didn't have to be in, but I put myself in that situation,
Yeah.
and not knowing that this lady was fully like that because I already knew
Like that.
her. I mean, I had already been with this guy for a while, but at the same time, I never lived with them, and how they say you live with someone and that's when you find out how they are. But so I ended up living with her, and it was to the point where I would do my part because I didn't want to fucking be
Just there.
just there. So I would get up and make him lunch before he left, and and I would like help her clean or whatever, and I would sweep and mop, and then she would go like after I was done, and she would do it again. You know,
What?
like she would redo it, and I'd be like, okay, fine. I guess she didn't like the way I did it. Whatever. I'm like a type of person where I wouldn't let it get to me, but because I respect my elders, and especially if
Yeah.
it's my mother-in-law. So I wouldn't really. I mean, I would bring it up to my boyfriend. So then that would happen, and then she'd be like, um, if you want to wash, there's a washer, but and I'll be like, all right, cool, thank you, and then I would go and wash, but she'd be standing right there just looking at me. Like right
What?
there by like the washer. And I'd be like, okay. And then she'd be like, es que yo no lo hago así. Es que yo lo hago así. Like I don't do it that way. I do it this way. And I'd be like,
And I'd be like, so
okay. And
what?
then she'd be like, oh no, let me do it. And then she would like, move the way she does it. She didn't want me to touch any, which is understandable. She's taking care of her stuff, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like, do you just wash somewhere else? And like
Yeah.
but then she'd be like, no, no, aquí lavas. You can wash here and this and that, but and then she'd just be looking. It was just uncomfortable. And
Hmm.
I remember we got married and then we started living, no, we got married and then we started living together in our apartment. And then I would once in a while I would like invite her to go over and eat. And this time I had invited her and my uncle and my aunt, and they were all eating. I had made mole, and we're eating. I made my mole, I made everything, and they're eating, and my uncle finishes and he's like, "Oh, te quedó muy bueno el mole. Everything was really good, And she fucking says, "Oh, a mí me gustaron mucho las tortillas."
Oh my
Las
god.
tortillas that I had gone to go buy at the store.
What a
I
bitch.
didn't fucking make them. Pues a mí me gustaban las tortillas. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
What a
I was
bitch.
like,
And what
that's
did
the
your aunt
last
say?
time. No, they were just laughing because they thought it was
Oh,
like, they
the
can't
joke.
believe that. No, they didn't think
Yeah.
it was a joke. They knew how she was, but they just
So
couldn't
they were
believe
just
that
like, ah,
this
Jesus, yeah.
person like is like this. And it was just like,
And didn't say anything?
he was more like, how can I tell you? Like he didn't pay attention to things like that. Like it was just like to him,
Yeah, I get
and
you.
would mention it to him, like, "Oh, this is what happened, and this and that," and then he would like, "Oh, my mom." But it wasn't like I don't know, like
Something that you guys talked about,
we
like,
didn't fight about it. Like
yeah.
we weren't arguing about it. I would just mention it, and then I would say like, "Well, one of these days I'm gonna end up saying something to her because people get like it's enough."
Yeah.
But yeah, and there was a time where we did argued while I was
What
living.
happened? Well, let's tell us.
While I was living. Well, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember that I had just had it. I had just had enough, and then we just started arguing, and I started to cry because I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
And I told them after that, I was like, you know what, that's it. Like I don't care where we go. I just don't want to be here. And the next day, we ended up getting an apartment.
That's
Yes, cuando quieres,
crazy.
quieres, encuentras, because
Yeah, dude, for real.
so we ended up getting an apartment. We moved out, and you have no idea the kind of relief I felt. Like I remember being moved in and then going to the restroom one day, just out of how you get
Yeah.
up to go to the restroom, and coming out of the restroom and just like realizing that, fuck, this is my space. I don't have to deal with
Yeah.
anybody else's
Yeah.
shit. And like the relief that I felt
Yeah.
and
How
the
special, like,
calm, and it's like, oh my God, I can do whatever the fuck I want here. I don't have to be,
watching your back or fucking,
or
can I
like
do this?
feeling
Can I do that?
like I can do whatever the fuck I want. And it just felt so good. And after that, I said to myself, I'm never gonna fucking do that again ever. It was a learning experience, and it sucked because of the person that I had to deal with,
Yeah.
because it's not even that I'm the only one, because I know that everybody that deals with her, they're just like, what the fuck.
Yeah, dude.
And
Gee,
it's
I
just
would be
like,
pissed.
and I felt bad for the lady, and I don't want to talk shit about her, but
Like, she shouldn't have been that way.
at the same time, it just sucks because like there's no real like nice experience, that I can think of. And
That
I
you
would try
had with
my
her.
best to be nice to her, dude. Like nobody would pay attention to her because they already knew how she was.
That's
So
fucked up.
like ignoraba, and like she would talk and they would ignore her. Like they wouldn't even have a conversation with her. They would she would be talking and then they wouldn't respond. And I would be the only one responding because I felt rude.
Bad,
Like
yeah.
you feel bad because you're like, okay. But then after a while, like knowing that she was like this, and I no
You're
wonder they're
also not
fucking like
responding.
that. I'm like, no, that's it. Like,
Like, fuck you.
there's only so much I could be
That a
nice.
person can
Yeah.
take. Yeah. Sometimes you
So,
can't even
so
some
that was
fucked
the
up shit.
situation, which, I mean, I hope she's doing well, and
Yeah, like you don't wish anything
but
bad upon her, but it was fucked up how she was.
I do not envy, whoever is with him now because of that.
Yeah,
Like
like,
he's such a great
yeah.
guy or whatever. Good luck
But
to
poor
them,
him.
but oh no, I would not. And I'm really grateful that I went through that and don't have to be dealing with that shit right now because I'm at a point where I'm really happy with everything. Like I'm happy with my
Yeah,
partner. I love how he is, and I don't think I would have been fully happy if I would have stayed.
that's true.
So that's a good thing that
That
came
makes a
out of
lot of sense.
that.
Oh, yeah.
But talking about that, these mother-in-laws, I have a story here, and it doesn't say who it's from, but I know I got it from insider.com. And it says, my mother in law took the time to email her new daughter in law to tell her she didn't know what her son saw in her. It says, my mother in law wrote her son a letter a week before we got married, telling him to think very carefully about what he was doing, as he needed to be sure he was marrying someone he loved and trusted. She later walked out of the wedding in tears, drove home, which was 7 hours away,
Oh
without
shit.
saying anything to anyone, and then followed that up by emailing me saying she didn't know what husband, which is her husband, what her son saw in me.
What a fucking
Holy.
bitch.
I
Dude, I'd be
mean,
like,
¿qué le
fucking
importa?
dude.
That would have been me. ¿Y qué le importa a usted que se está acostando conmigo? Qué chingado. You see, if this would have been me 10 years ago,
Dude, I
this
probably
would
would
have
have
been my
gone.
response, but no, I was more like,
Back then,
let's
I was
see.
also more chill. Yeah, I probably would
No,
have been
no,
like a
pues
little
eso.
bird. Mira lo que te me mandó tu mamá.
Pero ahora, sí, pues
Ah,
cuando.
sí, estúpida.
Oh my
Pues, ¿para
God,
qué
can you,
viene? ¿Para qué viene, señora?
can you believe that? Like, oh, I don't know what you
What?
see in her. Like, what does it matter what I
Like, I don't
see
know
in
what he sees
her?
in you. That's what she
You're like,
told.
oh, shit. Like,
I'd be like, bitch, who gives a fuck? Like,
well,
fuck.
yeah, pero imagínate
We're
diciéndole,
married already. Que te valga verga, ya. Ya no puedes decir nada. Ya te
you're stuck.
chingaste, güey.
You're stuck with me. I'm sorry.
We're already married.
Oh my God, because I imagine.
Fucking dude, I probably would say some shit.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
So
think at that point you would have to say something.
and I'm actually grateful that like I've had like some good mother-in-law so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even the recent one that I just met, she was really cool, dude. Like I liked her a lot. She was awesome.
No.
But like I don't think I've had any mean ones, which is good because I probably would say shit.
Yeah, it is good. And you probably would say something.
¿Qué culera? Vámonos afuera. Just saying.
Yeah, you want to take this shit outside or what? Ya te tenía ganas,
Mira tu
pinche
mamá,
vieja.
Tu mamá ya me trae y me la voy a llevar afuera. Es que dile que se callo, la callo.
Oh, I have another one. It says, this one kept publicly body shaming her daughter in law. That's horrible. It says she posted a workout video on Facebook, tagged me and her daughter in it, and wrote, now you have no excuse under it.
What a bitch.
That's funny. I'd have been
Dude.
like, yeah, we can all work out.
That's fucked up. Now you don't have any excuse.
Hey, but she tagged her daughter too, so
Oh, okay. So it kind of doesn't seem that mean then.
maybe
She
this
probably just
one,
did it as a joke. You know what I mean?
maybe she did because obviously, or maybe she did this where I'm gonna put my daughter
So it
that
doesn't
way. She
look,
doesn't think that.
yeah, I get you.
But
And they're evil like that,
the
dude.
daughter was in it too. Like, sí,
Sí,
ponle.
ándale. Ponle
Acá
nomás,
que yo no,
ponle.
ponme ahí para que no se vean.
Y la está toda flaca. Ay, ay.
I know, right?
She's already a bodybuilder and shit.
Dude, for reals, like,
And she's
they're
like, ponte,
like
ponte,
that.
mija. Yeah, they are.
Mhm. And I wonder sometimes, I'm like, what type of mother-in-law would I have been?
It's because,
Like,
dude, I guess like it depends. Like it's different, I guess, because I've seen some of my friends post on Facebook like, oh yeah, like no bitch better mess with my son or like blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And I'm
yeah.
just like, well, don't be mean to her either. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I guess I'm never gonna know because I don't have any kids.
Mhm.
But I
Same,
mean, I guess it just, I'm sure it happens a lot. You
same
know,
here because I'm like, I know how I am. So I'd be like, mm,
dude, I
I
think
don't
I
know
would
how I would
literally,
be. I think I would be like super. I don't know. I feel like I would be a bitch.
yeah.
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 Wow,
Yeah, I was
Crystal.
gonna say, especially, dude, if it was a girl. Like, if you had a girl, like, you'd probably be very mean to the guy. I think right away, like,
No,
I was
I
like,
think I
if
would
Lorena
be
had a
mean.
girl,
I think, I don't know why.
oh, because you know how
I
girls
feel
are.
like girls. I think I would feel be like if I would be mean to the girl more because you have like you expect certain things from the
For the
person that's
best of your child,
like
marrying or being with.
marrying your son because you're a woman and you're like, hey, like you want them to be taken care of, you
Well,
know.
yeah, but that's what you also want for your daughter. Like, you want the
Oh,
man to
see,
take
I
care
know,
of
but
her.
you raise your daughters to take care of themselves. Like you raise, well, obviously your sons too, right? You should raise them to like, hey, make yourself food. You should know how to cook. You should know how to clean. You should know how to wash. You should know how to do
Yeah.
everything yourself and not depend on anybody else. But I mean, as a how we are raised,
No.
women, I mean, I know that they fucking taught me how to cook right away
Well,
because we
yeah.
had to cook for our little brothers, and we were 9, and we were
Well,
making
that.
sopas, we were making like everything.
Well, yeah, but just because you did that doesn't mean you have to. Does that
Well,
make
yeah, I
sense?
have
Like,
to.
well, you had to.
I had to. That's why I
You
was
know what I mean? But
taught us
like,
how to cook and clean. Like we were never like those kids that were like, "Oh, go clean your room." Oh, I get whatever, like and then that's it. Like they get away with it, and they
yeah,
end up.
no, like you
No,
had to.
we would clean
Le vas
everything.
a
Like
levantar
te vas
porque
a
te vas a
levantar a
levantar.
limpiar el closet, todo, me quitas todo lo de las
Y voy a
paredes,
venir a chequear.
and like I'm at work, they're at work. Don't fucking bother me. And as long as you guys are breathing, call me if
That's true.
something
I remember
happens.
that shit.
Pero
Y no le abran la puerta a nadie. Right.
Pero like you have to take care of, and I want this fucking place fucking clean,
Mm.
and feed the kids and this and that, and we're kids ourselves. But I mean, they teach us how to do all this at a young age. So
Yeah,
by the
that's
time
true.
that we're like already adults, we already know what to do.
What to do? Yeah.
So that's how we get raised. I don't know how that's how we were. So we were pretty independent. So we already know. So I know that if I would have had kids, or if I do have kids, I would want them to be like independent, and hey, you need to fucking by the time they're like, like 4 or 5,
Mira,
ándale,
enséñese a hacer un huevito.
no,
Okay.
no. Ayúdame a lavar los trastes, enjuágalos tú, because they like it. Kids
Yeah, that's true.
like
Because I used to like it when I was little. I'd
they
be
like being there.
loving.
I remember I used to love watching my mom make tortillas. And she would
Me
make this
too. My
special little
grandma.
tortilla for me, like a little one. And
Yeah.
but you just like
With
being
butter and
around
salt.
there, and ¿cómo se hace esto? And this is how you make the
Yeah.
sopa. And so I don't think I'd be like a horrible fucking mother-in-law, but at the same time, I don't know. I can't say anything because I don't
We
have
can. Yeah.
children.
And like, I wouldn't know either, to be honest, because like, sometimes I've thought about when, like, what if my kid's getting bullied? Oh no. And I think the
I
worst, you know
know,
what I
pero es que
mean?
eso es
But that's what
diferente.
I'm saying. Wait, that's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't really thought about that other thing, but maybe I would also be like that. Like,
That's different though.
I just said, yeah, I know. But I'm
Obviously, if they're
saying,
getting
like,
bullied, you'd be pissed off.
well, yeah, but I will go punch a kid. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, because I'm saying, like, you're still gonna want to protect your child, you know what I mean? So you obviously are
But
gonna
they're
be a
not
little.
children anymore when they're
Well, that's
growing
true,
up.
but that's what some fucking most of the guys are, you know what I mean? Like, they could do it on their own, but they don't. So then they have their moms protecting them.
Whoa, there, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, casi
Wait,
me
wait.
escupen, güey. Me estás escupiendo.
¿Por
Mother,
aquí?
mother.
A ver, a ver.
You got a
¿Te
little
llegó?
aggressive.
I didn't mean it that way. That's excitement. Like I got
You got
excited.
excited, I know.
Yeah, I got really excited. Inside.
Um,
I got one here.
share one with us.
So this one doesn't say either like any names or anything, but I got it from Wedded Wonderland. I don't know. It's a couple of stories.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's called the possessive, I guess, grandmother. The worst would have to be when I gave birth to my daughter, and I was living with my in-laws at the time as hubby and I were building our home. 24 hours after giving birth, my mother-in-law says to me, as I was admiring my beautiful new baby girl sleeping, "Don't look at her. That's enough. You're not allowed to look at her." I knew this one was nuts, but not to this level. I was also told that not to hold my baby and that I had bad milk. The woman wanted to take my child for herself, and she tried hard to break me and really give me postnatal depression. But I fought back and I
Oh.
came out on top. My daughter and I don't have much to do with her anymore. We try to see her as little as possible. That's crazy. Huh? I mean, like
Wow.
crazy bitch. Like that's my kid. How fuck?
I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna say like she tried breastfeeding her or something because they do
Imagine that would
that.
have been a psycho.
It'll been like the hand who rocks the cradle kind of shit.
Dude, that shit's crazy. That's a crazy fucking
I say,
movie.
no, no, tu leche está mala, la mía está buena. Ten.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ahí
god,
va.
dude.
Pum, pum, pum. And then I have this other short one that I would
Mhm.
like to read. It's called The Reluctant Dinner Host. So I was over my ex's place once. We had been together for 2 years by this point, and his mom just never liked me. And she knew I was staying for dinner. She made dinner and called out to everyone that it was ready. They all headed out while I went to the bathroom to wash my hands. When I came out, everyone was eating and there was no place set for me. Before a word left my mouth, she said, "There's food in the freezer and the pan is still hot. Go make yourself something." I certainly dodged a bullet. That's
What
fucked
a
up.
bitch. That
Dude,
is
that
just
is.
fucking rude.
I would have
Like,
been like, fuck you and fuck your son.
as a fuck, and even the son, why the fuck would the son be sitting down and not
Exactly.
say
Like,
anything?
I
Like,
would have
hey,
served.
like, deja que se,
Like,
like, I would, if I would have been me, the guy, I would have been like, no, tú siéntate aquí, tú come, you
yeah, I
know?
would have said something
And
too
then
like
that bitch would
that.
have felt like shit.
And I'd be like, ya no volvimos a
But
venir.
even then, if I would have been
Estúpida fea.
the girl, I would have been like, fuck you, I'm not gonna fucking stay here.
I'd be like, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, I would have said some shit too like that. Like, that shit's wrong, huh?
Qué fea
Yeah,
señora.
cool. I was like, oh, fuck no.
That is
Oh,
fucked up,
that
dude.
is fucked up. Stupid bitch. Ay,
I
ay.
that is like something fucking.
It's very mean, dude. Like,
That's like a
the pan's
fucking
still hot. Like,
go make yourself something. Like what the fuck? Okay, I have one. It's pretty long. Um, it says my now ex-husband and I went to the other side of the country for 3 weeks holiday, so on vacation. We left his parents our keys so they can feed the fish, water the plants, etc. We got back after a long flight and drive home at 2 a.m. in the morning. Having been away, I just wanted to feel at home and crawl into my own bed. When we opened the front door, I just dropped my luggage and turned to my partner and said, "What the fuck?"
oh,
Our lounge room had been totally rearranged. Everything moved around. Then I walked through the kitchen dining room table or room. There was a dining room table from their house set up that we had repeatedly told her we didn't want. I was blowing up at this stage. I was so angry. Then I went to our bedroom. It too had been rearranged. I was livid. So here we were at 2 a.m. rearranging our whole house back around to how we wanted it. That was not the worst part. I cannot stress enough when I say that
Mhm.
we went on to find every single shelf, cupboard, and drawer in the house had been gone through and reorganized. The kitchen, everything in different drawers. The bathroom, everything moved around and parts of it painted. Even our drawers in the bathroom or in the bedroom had been done. My underwear folded and put in a different place. Even our sex toys had been moved. So it took days for me to put everything back. It was so stressful and totally ruined what we had been. No, it totally ruined what had been a great holiday. In the counting, in the coming days, neither of us couldn't find anything. I just kept finding more things moved, our linen closet rearranged, our laundry done, garage done. My car had even been cleaned and my glove box cleaned out. I finally laughed when my partner went to have a pipe and she had even scrubbed his pipe back to shiny new.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god. I mean, I would have
It's
been
cool
like,
that she cleaned, I
yes.
would have been like, oh fuck yeah, like
That part I'm like, oh my god,
maybe
she
the
cleaned and
sex
she even
toys.
fucking painted some things.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
It's painting is too much because what if you didn't like it?
no,
But
I
and
mean,
the toy, also the toy, but everything
like,
else,
I
why
don't want
not?
anybody going into my undergarments and like fucking toys and things like that. And it's like,
Imagine.
and then even
Oh,
then,
that's my
like,
vibrator. Let me
you
move it over
know where
here.
you have your stuff. Even if you're a messy person,
Like where.
you know where your shit's
That's
at.
how I am with taking notes.
Yeah.
Um, if you, I don't know, I don't have a paper with me, but people would look at my notes and they're like, "How can you find anything?" And I'm like, "I know
Why?
where everything's at." And then they're like, "Everything's like a little bubble here, a bubble," and it becomes like a bunch of little bubbles in a paper. And they're like, "Okay, we'll look
You're
for
like, that is a
where
description
it
of
talks
how
about
my
benefits," and I'd be like, "It's right there in this one." And then they're like, "What the fuck?" I
it's
knew.
inside the little bubble right here. And
Look,
there's
get
another
this
little
little
bubble.
magnifying glass and get close to it. I,
And then you open this compartment right here.
I and you slide it all the way out.
So yeah, like people have organized mess. Like they know where their stuff is at. But it's just like, I don't know, there's something about like someone coming into your place and reorganizing everything without your concern. I mean, without your
Consent.
consent. Um, there's just something weird. Like there's an, I guess I
Very
would feel
weird.
like weird, you know, like.
Especially if it was his mom, but
Pero pues también I could probably see it like she probably thought it was something nice. Like, oh, so they won't have to worry about it. But rearrange
yeah.
everything.
Like, come on, lady.
Like I would feel like you don't have to go through that trouble. Like I wouldn't want you to go through that trouble of
Trouble of cleaning.
like that must have
I
taken a
feel
lot
like
from you. You know, like you don't do it. Like I
I
didn't
f-
ask for it.
I feel if I were to like move out or something, I think my mom would be that kind of person. Like if I had her over, like start cleaning or something or fixing shit like how it should be. Like I just feel like she would be like that.
Yeah, that's my mom is like
Because
that. My mom's like she loves to wash dishes, and I hate washing dishes. So she's like, every time I'll talk to her, I'll be like washing dishes, and she'll be like, I wish I was there so I can wash them. You know? And like,
oh,
she's like that. Like, she'll like, yo te
that's
ayudo,
how yeah.
ándale. Yo te ayudo, and like, we'll finish real quick, you know?
Yeah, that's how my
But
mom is
she's like
too.
that, you know? But I don't think she would like go to the point where she would go into her bedroom and like rearrange.
Yeah, I don't think she would do that either. I mean, I hope she wouldn't. Nah, I don't think she would.
Or even if she were, like, she would, like, we have that relationship where it would be okay. But then
But
if I'm gone, I don't think, like, I'm pretty sure if
you
we
guys
would
were to
be
leave,
gone,
she'd
they
be
would
looking
probably be
around.
like looking around at things, but I don't think she would arrange it because she wouldn't want me to know that she was looking around, you know?
Yeah, I get
But
you.
obviously, like by rearranging everything, you know that they were looking around.
And that's how like I sometimes my mom will come in here to talk to me and she'll be like that. Like scanning. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I know you're scanning my room. You know what I mean? Like checking. I don't know for what, but I think one time she thought that I had brought a girl in.
Ay, ay.
And like I came home and then she was like, ¿Con quién viniste? And I'm like, no, con nadie. And then yeah, she's like came to my room right away and she went to her room, but she came back later, like a couple minutes later. And she never comes all the way to my room, dude. And she was coming and then she was I could hear her.
Sal.
And then she said like Cristal. Like when she was here already and then she was looking like to make sure I didn't bring anyone. I said there was no one here. No, es que te vine a preguntar algo. And I was like, yeah, right. You know what I mean?
That's
I
funny.
was like, this time I didn't bring any chicks.
No, mom. She's coming later. Ay,
Ella no viene hasta next week. Le falta la otra.
ay cállate.
Ay, ay. Le toca la otra.
This one's super short. It says this mother-in-law called her daughter-in-law the wrong name for 3 full years. That's fucked up.
What? That's
My ex-mother-in-law
on
called me
purpose.
by her other son's ex-wife's name for the first 3 years, and I was married to her younger son. So should we
Oh
get
God.
confused, you think?
I don't
Because she
know.
wasn't okay. So I took it when I read it, like in the beginning, like, oh, she was calling her by her ex, like her partner's ex-girlfriend. But no, she was calling her by the
Other girls.
brother-in-law's wife's name.
Oh, so
So
maybe she
it's
was
como,
confusing it.
that's what I'm
Maybe.
saying. But then after 3 years, you don't think? I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe they don't live near each other and they don't see each other that often. That sometimes se te va la onda.
I don't know, but
Because it took me
that
a
is a
while
long
to
time though, 3 years.
it took me a while to remember my one of my sister-in-law's names, and I would call her something else. And I'm like, oh no, that's her name. That's not her. No, like I wouldn't do it to her face, but I'm saying like I would say like, what's her
And
name
then be like,
again? And
yeah.
oh, her name's blah blah blah, and then oh, that's right. Pero se me iba la onda, and
See,
not
no.
like because I was trying to be mean, but
But
it was just
because you just
because
wouldn't
I literally was, like
fucking like literally didn't remember.
yeah. This mother-in-law was not impressed with the engagement ring. I got engaged and showered. No, showered. I got engaged and showed her my gorgeous engagement ring. Well, that's cute. While we were planning the wedding, it was always, if you guys get married, every time I see her at the family gathering, oh, are you guys still married?
What the fuck?
It's like, wow, lady. Yes, we are. Can you
I'd be
believe
like,
that?
bitch, yes, we're married already, been happily married. It happened. Get over it.
Wow. Okay. Do you have any more?
Yeah, let me see this one right here. I don't know if I want to read this one. Hold on.
Why not? Why not? Why are you discriminating? Can you hear that?
Let's see. Okay, so this one. This one's called, and I got it from HuffPost.
Mhm.
She couldn't part ways with her son's ex. So it says here, my ex-husband was married prior to marrying me. His mother kept their wedding pictures on her living room walls. When asked why, her response was, we knew her before you, and she will always be a part of this family. Isn't she beautiful? During our marriage, the ex MIL, which is mother-in-law, also made sure that her son's ex-wife attended family functions where we were present as well. Needless to say, he remarried again.
Hold on. Sorry, that's fucked up, dude. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Hey, cállate. Oliver, yeah. Vente para acá. Okay, and then?
Needless to say, he remarried again after I divorced him. Third time's the charm, right?
But you're saying, okay, say the other piece where she would be in gatherings or what?
Oh yeah, it says here. During our marriage, the ex mother-in-law also made sure that her son's ex-wife attended family functions where we were present as well. It's fucked up. I imagine, like,
Dude, no, that's just fucking
I'd be
wrong.
like,
And then
fuck no, bitch.
if I would be the husband, which would be that would be his mom, I would be like, no, no, like that's it. Like,
Estás pendeja.
if you want a relationship with her so bad, then you're not gonna have a relationship with me. Because guess what? Like, yeah, I get it, but I
For a
mean,
reason they're not together. Like I could just imagine. Like I wonder who left who. Most likely he left her.
but
And
even then, okay, so
because why
I
is that girl
get.
coming? Why is that girl even going? Like if you're the ex, you know you shouldn't be going. Like
Well, I
fuck.
mean, if they have a good relationship, then yeah, I can understand that. You know, because you can end things in good terms, right? And then you can still. I mean, because you were married to this, so they're technically your families. They're not technically your family still, but I mean, emotional, you're still part. You
But
know.
would you be bothered if you?
But I would be bothered, yes, because it's
Yeah.
like. But then that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a balance there where if the mother-in-law really liked her a lot, like have her over, but like not have her over, but like see her like
Have some boundaries for the new.
yes, but have some respect because that's like just a lack of respect, you know?
Yeah, no, I know.
It's just
Like I
like,
get
yeah,
it.
she wasn't over it. And then like the
He
fact
was,
that
but she wasn't.
well apparently he was, but at the same time, like why
Yeah, he
would you
could have said
allow it?
something. He
Why
should
would you
have said something.
why would you allow
Or I'd be like, we're not going then.
well, see, like, don't be. I'm not gonna be here, like, seeing you disrespect my wife, you know.
That is some fucked up shit, yeah.
But para quedar bien con esa señora, no.
Pero por eso también ella es la ex,
A
porque
ver,
yo creo no dijo nada.
how do I look? This one's funny. Within the first 15 minutes of meeting my mother-in-law for the first time, she casually whipped out her boob and started to show me a strange mole she was concerned about.
Oh, God.
Then she went into a great detail about her vaginal mesh she had put in. Thankfully, she didn't try to whip that out to show me.
Oh my God.
That's cute though. It's like, mira, mija, es que me salió esto.
Ya. ¿Qué crees que
Y
sea,
como,
eh?
¿qué
Mira,
crees que sea? Porque
tócala.
estaba así, mira, mira, velo más cerquitas porque
Ay, es que lo tienes que agarrar así. Agárrale aquí
mira,
para que veas que está
siéntalo
así.
como que siente como que se está saliendo. Como que tiene pelitos.
Algo está saliendo de ahí. ¿Qué
A ver,
hago?
mira, velo bien.
Ve a agarrar
Velo.
mis lentes, ve a agarrar mis lentes.
A ver, mira, usa mi lente, Velo tú. A ver. No, sí, es cierto, señora.
Ah, sí, no. A ver, sí se
A
siente
ver.
curioso, ¿eh?
No, a ver. A ver.
Ah, no.
Oiga, sabe
Shit.
curioso también. Ay,
También, oiga, sabe como un pedacito de carne. Es un pedazo de carne, señor. Ahí se le cayó. Just like-
está todo seco.
ya me lo comí.
Oiga, era beef jerky. No, era la carne de la semana pasada, pero se hizo beef jerky.
No,
That was so
that's
gross.
gross. Ah, era costra, no carne seca.
Oh, look at the sun. I was hosting Thanksgiving dinner and spent about 7 or 8 hours cooking. Oh, I've been there. My mother-in-law showed up with duplicate dishes of everything I made. Just about everything she made. We told her to only bring 2 dishes, tops. When I commented that we had a lot more food than I was expecting, she said, "Well, we don't really need to put yours out, do we? Just put yours in
No.
the freezer."
Oh,
Ay, pinche vieja, she just wants to
pinche
control
vieja
everything.
cola, yeah. I'd
It's
be
like,
like,
oh, we're not gonna
hey,
have Thanksgiving at my place today. Okay, then I'm gonna bring all the food.
I'm bringing everything.
Como la de Everybody Loves Raymond.
I don't watch it.
You never seen it?
Maybe in one episode.
Well, if you watch it, the lady, his mom is exactly mother-in-law status, like big time, like,
I hate for one.
huh?
I hate for
She's
one.
she's like weird though. Like you love her character, but then you're like you feel for the wife, you know?
Yeah, like fuck.
Because she's like that. Like she's very like she would do something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And the wife would be like,
Like this bitch.
Ray,
Ray.
Ray, I need to talk to you. Say another
Okay,
one.
this one's called the serial caller. After the wedding, his mom kept calling us after we went up to the hotel room just to tell us his sister wasn't happy she wasn't mentioned in the speech, even though she didn't do anything for the wedding. She rang multiple times until I told him to switch his phone off. He ended up calling his dad to tell his mom to stop calling on our wedding night.
She's like,
That's
lo voy a interrumpir.
a ver qué están haciendo.
They
And
wanted
then
to
this
hurt
one.
our feelings. We're gonna not let them fuck.
Qué fea, qué feo dices esa palabra.
Nobody fucks on their wedding night, anyways.
After 22 years of marriage, I found a post-it note in the bathroom from my husband saying that he was leaving and would be moved out before I got home. I tried to reach my husband by phone but was unsuccessful, so I called his mother. She screamed over the phone that I refused to make him dinner. I did, but he didn't come home many nights until after everyone was in bed. She yelled more insults with me holding the phone about 12 inches from my ear. Too bad she stated that that only her son matters, not our kids. The boys were in earshot. What a bitch.
Pussy.
Pussy.
But more fucked up was the husband doing that shit on a fucking post-it.
Yeah.
On a he broke up with me on a post-it. It's a fucking
Their big
Sex in
balls
the
and shit.
City episode.
Kind of episode.
Burger broke up with me on a post-it. No wait,
Burger.
yes. And then she's like, that's fucked up. Like, why would you do that? You know? And then obviously he's probably talking shit to her to the mom about oh well, we broke up because she doesn't cook for me and this and that. And so let me say one. My mother-in-law wore a wedding dress to my wedding.
Are you fucking serious, dude? No mames.
Dude, a wedding dress to your wedding.
I would have been like, señora, ¿qué trae? ¿Se va
¿Se va
a
a
casar?
casar de nuevo o qué? No,
Ya, ya es su
deme
quinto,
mitad.
señora.
Deme mitad. Va a ser renew your vows, pues mitad, ándale.
Mitad, échese.
It's just
Why
the
would they
same.
do that?
Porque quieren la atención para ellas.
Dude, that's fucking low.
Es que hay unas personas que le tienen envidia, so they're just very like, no, pues they're gonna be looking at her.
But
They're gonna look at me.
imagínate qué ridícula te vas a ver.
Pues sí.
Güey, no mames. Ay, ay, yo, toda cula. I think it was this one.
Oh, okay. So she said, my mother-in-law wore a wedding dress to my wedding. When asked how my husband was, where he works. Oh no, that's another one. So it's another one. When asked how my husband was, where he works, etc., I overheard my mother-in-law say, "Yes, Matthew met his wife and gave up all his dreams." I wish I could have
Aw.
made this stuff up.
Ah.
He met her and it
What a
went
bitch.
downhill from after that.
Yeah, right.
My
vieja.
mother-in-law told me in front of my own mother that I needed to have sex with her son 7 days a week. And I need to have an orgasm at least 5 days a week in order to get pregnant. Si no, no.
Ay, pero le dígale a su hijo, porque no ha pasado ni una vez, señor. Ni
Y
una
dígale
vez.
su
Así es
erectile
que dígale.
dysfunction.
Imagine. That would have
Pues
been
si lo hubiera
advisable.
hecho bien a su hijo, si
Si hubieran tenido 5, pero ahorita no, ni uno, mire, desde que lo conocí, ni uno. Yo estoy con él porque lo amo, pero no porque estoy
Míreme esa
viniendo.
cara. Se ve que está satisfecha.
Vaya a ver mi cajón. Se ve como que soy satisfecha, whatever. Pinches juguetes.
Satisfecha, güey. Satisfecha.
It was whatever. I was close.
Like,
Tengo,
he's
tengo
just
que hablar,
singing.
tengo que hablar en español, güey, porque voy a ser
En
bilingüal.
serio que sí, güey.
Ay, ay, bilingüal, ni siquiera se
Ah.
dice así, ¿verdad?
Quiero ser
Bilin-
bilingual, oye.
¿Cómo
Somos
se dice, güey?
bilinguales.
Bilingüe.
Bilingüe. Bilingüe. ¿Bilingüe? Quiero
I
ser
don't know.
bilingüe.
Soy bilingüe. Bilingüe.
Sepo español y
Soy
inglés.
bilingual, bitch. No te creas. I don't know, whatever. My mother-in-law keeps in regular contact with several of my husband's exes throughout Facebook, and I will call them with updates, despite him telling her to stop. She even tried to reunite my husband with one particular ex who had cheated on him.
I read that one. I thought
She
that one was fucked up, dude.
Me
Can
too.
you imagine? Ay, que no sabes
Oh,
qué
I think one.
pasó. Así no. Que no
¿Qué?
sabes qué pasó con la nueva. Pues no se puso el
Ay,
brasier y tenía papel de ahí en el brasier.
ay, ay.
Pues no lo traía todo percudido. Es que no sabe lavar. No.
I could just hear, dude. I can imagine that shit.
A que no sabes qué.
Adivina qué pasó.
Se echó una cacota ahí en mi de yo lo tuve que limpiar.
For real, dude.
Okay, I was a bridesmaid in a wedding, and my mother-in-law said, the bride did such a nice job choosing dresses because even you look good in this. Hundreds of compliments like this followed through the years.
That's fucked up.
Even you look good. And we're
Like, so
thank
imagine someone
you
else in it.
for mentioning that. While getting ready to eat at my ex mother-in-law's house, I went to grab a steak, and my ex mother-in-law said, "No, not that one." As I bit into the steak she gave me, it tasted funny. I took a few more bites, and I couldn't eat anymore. My ex mother-in-law took my plate away and was very upset with me. Within about 20 minutes, I was in the bathroom questioning if I had been purposely given food poisoning.
Oh,
No, not that one.
God.
Take this one.
Agárrala. Not that one.
This one's a special one.
That's fucked up.
I made this specially for you.
This is for you. Not for you. For you.
You have to eat it quickly.
Take a bite. Take a bite, hurry. I want to see
And
you
she's
swallow
looking at her like this.
it. I'll you.
And she's like she's like this, and she's looking around. And then
Eat it. Eat it.
just slobbering because she's all into it.
All evil. Ay, ay. You're crazy.
My ex mother-in-law compared me to the family dog during her wedding speech.
What a
She's
bitch.
now that catastrophization is my daughter-in-law.
Oh.
I can just snap my fingers and both her and the dog will come running. Cue
What a
10 seconds of
bitch.
horrifying silence. She came and hugged me after her speech and stated gleefully, "You didn't think that was too much, did you? No shit. It was fabulous. Fuck you."
What a bitch.
Oh, God.
My mom would have beat her ass.
I went to a ballet the other night to see the Nutcracker with my mother-in-law. This conversation ensued. Mother-in-law, aren't the ballerinas lovely? Me, yes, they are. Mother-in-law, were you in ballet? Me, no, unfortunately, I was not. Mother-in-law, yeah, that sounds right. I pause, say nothing. What does that mean? I'm thinking. Mother-in-law, they take really good care of their bodies.
Oh shit. So to top it
Burn.
off, burn, bitch, burn.
I mean, like, fuck you, lady. I'm like, oh, you must have not been a ballerina either.
Oh, well.
This one, which is my last one, is fucked up. It is super
Oh.
fucked up because it reminds me of a situation that happened to me too. It says, I'm adopted. She has always thrown that in my face. I've always heard her say things like, since nobody knows where you came from, two, you have no heritage. Two,
Heritage.
aren't you afraid of what could be wrong with your baby? Yes, I have a real winner of a monster in law.
God, that is kind of dick.
And I remember when the same lady, I'm telling you, my ex mother in law, she used to be like, well, no wonder you're like this. You didn't have a dad.
What a bitch.
And
That's fucked
fucked
up.
up.
Like I guess I still kind of would like after conversating about all these crazy bitches.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I would if I were to have a kid, like I would be more like I don't think I would try not to be a bitch because it sucks, dude. Because the other
Oh.
person has feelings too.
Now, after hearing all these stories, now you're like, you know what? No,
Okay,
I
like
want to
that's
be a cool
it.
mother-in-law. You
Yeah,
know,
dude. Like
you have you gain another family member, so you gain another daughter, another son. You know that they they can rely on you, and if they want to come to you and talk to you about whatever,
anything they
they feel
could.
comfortable, and you're like a second mother. Like I would feel like I would want to be like a second mother to them,
Yeah,
you know, and it's like you're just gaining another person, like another family member. So
that's true.
it's like you want to treat them the way you want to be. You would want them to treat your daughter, your son,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
like how they say, you just want to treat people how you want to be treated.
And that's
So with
true. Yeah.
respect. And after,
And especially because like you don't want to be the reason they're arguing.
yeah,
Like you're gonna go home. I like let's say I was a mom and I just talk shit to that poor girl. And she's gonna go back home and be like, why didn't you say anything? And then he's gonna be like, oh man, she's my mom. Like I'm not gonna tell her. And then it becomes a big argument, which could also be part of a divorce later in life. And I don't think it's cool. You know
I
what
don't
I
know. And
mean?
I
Like,
feel like if it's once you're married, like, yeah, your mother's your mother. She's always going to be your mother. And I don't know. This is like a kind of like talking about mother in laws. And it could also be the father in law, you know? Father in laws are dicks too.
oh yeah, they
But
could
I
be
don't know
jerks
why we
too.
just kind of
When with mom, we could talk
went
about
with
that later.
moms because they're more of a, there's more of a,
It's good. I think I don't know. I've never heard any stories, crazy stories like
about
about
dads, you know?
dads. Yeah, I've heard stories of their dads being overprotective over their daughters with guys and but nothing too extreme to where like
Yeah.
mother-in-laws, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But
No,
I'll
I,
probably look at some, just to see what's up.
but yeah, like I'm saying, so like I feel like once you're married or once you're with someone, you know, that's special to you and that you're gonna probably marry, or if you're not gonna marry, whatever, but she's your partner, you know? I feel like you owe that respect to your partner. You know, like if there's a situation where your mother's being like this,
Like you need to
that you
stop it.
take your partner's side, not your mother's
Yeah.
side, because guess what? Your mother's always gonna be your mother, but at the same time, like this is your partner and you chose that
And you gotta
partner.
respect
And
her,
you
yeah,
gotta
also.
respect. But
That
also
makes me kind
you,
of sad that you like I don't know, like this chick,
yeah.
she'd be like, oh, when I was gonna meet her mom, she's like, my mom could be rude. What? What?
You see
Oh,
her? ¡Qué bonita! You just see her. Oh,
I'm like, oh,
oh, so cute! I love her. Oh,
she's so cute.
what? What
I
is
was like,
that?
oh, what is that?
Es un ratoncillo. ¡Ah!
I didn't
Está
know.
derramado.
Qué
¡Ay,
bonito.
cosita!
Ven, mi amor.
She's so cute. You just see her like
Gracias.
this.
Am I here?
Mira, porque no se mira y luego y nomás se mira la cabecita.
Mira. She's like, these bitches are looking at me.
¡Qué bonita! Y
Mi
luego,
amor, ven, mi amor. And I was gonna meet her mom, and she told me her mom was real blunt and like she could be rude.
mhm.
She said, but don't worry because I'm not gonna let her be mean to you. Like I'm gonna obviously like tell her that if she says anything bad. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt special, like,
Yeah,
but that's
that's
pretty nice.
sweet.
But she was sweet, that lady. So
That's good.
yeah, pues ni modo,
Pues ya que,
¿verdad?
pues ya que digo, pero
Se llama, pues ni modo,
for
ya,
the meantime, for that,
pues ya que a la verga. It went cool. It was cool.
for that fucking first time I met her.
First time.
Pero sí, I feel like, yeah, once you're like that, I think you should, take your partner's side because, pues, si tanto quieres estar con tu mami que, oh, no, no le digas eso a mi mamá y esto y lo otro. Entonces vayas a vivir con su mamá. What the fuck are you doing here?
Exactly. Like, this
So,
is, you gotta move out and do your own thing because you're an adult now.
yeah.
Like,
Igual, obvio, if you're disrespecting the mom, pues entonces you're the problem, right? Pero, pues, if you're not doing anything and she's the one doing all this shit, pues, and he's not taking your side, then come on, dude.
yeah, dude, that's
Like,
mean though. You should be
no,
able to.
no, you need to know that just because it's your mom doesn't mean that she gets to talk to me like this.
Exactly. Like,
Or
say something.
no, say something or just where that's it.
Back
Like, put
home.
your fucking foot down and be like, okay, vas a estar, entonces no nos vas a ver a ninguno de los dos. Y ya
Sí.
estuvo. And se van
Y
a
ya
aplacar
estuvo,
porque se
like,
aplacan.
a huevo tienen
Se
que, dude.
aplacan porque se aplacan, chingado.
Se van a aplacar,
Se aplaca porque se aplaca. Bueno, y luego, ¿qué te iba a decir? So yeah, it's funny how after reading all this, you start
You
thinking,
come down a little bit, like,
start thinking,
you
like,
realize that it's pretty
no,
fucked up.
I want to be their friend. Huh?
I want to be nice because most of these girls, I'm sure, were great, and
Or they probably weren't, pero pues eso,
but
a ti qué,
still,
mientras a ti
él la escogió.
él la escogió, la está cogiendo.
Él se la está echando y ese es pedo de él.
Ese es pedo de él. Usted ya escogió, nadie te dijo a ti quién escogieras.
Tú
You
escogiste.
married my dad, entonces tú déjame a mí,
Yeah.
Con que yo esté, ya.
Nadie te dijo que no con él. Dice, pues por eso te estoy diciendo.
Porque mi papá era igual.
No, but imagine, like, y por eso te estoy diciendo, porque tu papá era igual.
Porque no quiero que estés como yo. Pues déjame hacer mis propios errores. Y no es que tú no sabes lo que estás hablando, eres un pinche mocoso.
Y no
Ay,
sabes.
pero yo no vivo en tu casa, tú no me tienes que decir nada.
Bueno, no me vengas llorando rato cuando te lastimen.
No estés hablando así. Tú tampoco me estás hablando así. Si tú quieres respeto, respétame a mí primero. Vete de mi casa, no te quiero ver.
Oh my God, you went all out. Y tú vete. No me hables así, estúpida. ¿Me pegaste? Toma, te la regreso. Here comes the guy. Hey, no se estén peleando. Tú también quítate, estúpido. No le estés pegando.
Tú no vas a decir nada. Viene el papá y... ¿Qué está pasando aquí? Tú cállate la boca que tú no te metes en nada.
Tú vete a tu cuarto.
Tú nunca dices nada. Nunca me tomas a mi lado, siempre el lado de él. And that's gonna finish our episode today, Crystal.
All right, then. She was funny.
Our multiple personalities and shit.
I know, dude. They come out naturally. I do it all the time, so.
All the time.
It just comes naturally, I don't even have to think.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. This way? No, this thing doesn't want to move now. Okay. Nope.
You're just like this.
All right. How am I? Also like that.
You look pissed. You're like, what the fuck are you looking at, bitch? That's right. Subscribe. Hey, everyone,
bitch.
subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
everyone, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment.
Subscribe.
We're going to be doing an audio version of this podcast.
Yes.
So I will let you guys know exactly where it's going to be at, but I'm pretty sure it'll be like everywhere you can find a podcast, where you can, where they
Get
have podcasts. So
will you listen to?
it'll be like a version of what we're talking about here, but not really. So if you want to listen to us on the go without watching our beautiful faces, I'll leave the information here. If not, then I'll just go to our social media. You guys will know. I'll let you
You'll
guys
know.
know. I'll let
Crystal
you
G.
guys know. But yeah, I'm so excited to be doing a regular podcast. A lot shorter, so we'll be talking about different things over there. So go check it out too. All
And
right.
we'll be doing one live soon together.
We'll be going live.
All right. I love you, bud.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Lord.
Time to be alive, start a podcast, become a DJ, try and fill the void inside. I'd be lying if I didn't say that sounds nice. Wake up, check your phone.